So hey Oregon, hey Ragash Dosky, hey everybody. I kind of took a chance to come on tonight. Yes, I did. I took a chance. But I see that there's some people here tonight. Hey Ketsups. What's up everybody? This is Dr. Savage. Just want to chat just for a little bit. My scope is off just a little bit. But I was going to play a little music. Let's see what we got here. These glasses are all muggy. Let me see what Pandora got going on. I see everybody has gone to bed, and that's probably where I should be too. But I decided that I was going to take a chance and come on anyway because I have been working my guests off. I have a lot of events coming up, just like probably many of you guys, and I have been working really super hard. But I did have some things that I want to share with you as soon as I can get some life going in myself, because the sister is tired and it's raining. I probably should go to bed, right? Nope. I promised myself I would add some value of some kind tonight. I'm here and I'm live and I'm going to add some value. But I need something in my life right now. So I don't feel so tired. I'm so sorry. I just had the pleasure of having an angel reading, which was really exciting to me because, you know, sometimes you can work so hard and feel like you're just not going anywhere, but you really are. You know, you just have to really look at how, look at your wins and small wins. And in my card reading tonight, you know, I like to join Sarah Anderson. She's my friend and colleague. As an entrepreneur and in some of the circles and collaborations that we have going on. So I joined her scope tonight. She did an angel scope. Of course, she could not scope at the time that she wanted to because of the technical difficulties. And sometimes that happens where you may have technical difficulties and can't move through as planned. And so I was able to join her this evening. Hello, Percator. Thank you for joining. I am talking about my night and how sometimes things don't turn out the way you want them to. You might have some technical difficulty, but you can come on anyway. Now, it is absolutely 12:50 and I am fatigued, but I'm going to try to add some kind of value to my scope tonight because I like to be consistent. You know what? I think I'm going to put this, let's see, I'm going to put this microphone. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, please. Just give me a heart or something. Let me know you can hear me. I can see you. Let me know that you can hear me. Thank you. So I was going to play some music because I need a little energy, right? It is 12:50 Eastern Standard Time, and I have been building some blocks. Hey, I can hear you. I've been building some blocks tonight, trying to make some moves in business. You know, business you can get so overwhelmed at times. I have a big conference coming up this weekend called You Matter 2016, and it's an economic development initiative in my community but it's also a global opportunity for individuals to get involved as well. And so I've been working on that and trying to get the magazine out, just a lot of stuff. But I wanted to talk with my community tonight. First of all, shout out my side hustle coach, who's always so encouraging. Haven't seen him tonight. He's probably resting. Everybody's resting. I'm the only one out here at 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And what's your name? Is this your first time on one of my scopes? This is Dr. Eve Angel Savage. I help individuals to identify, initiate, and implement strategies of distinction for investment readiness. This is your first time on one of my scopes? Okay, well, yes, sir. That's what I do. I am an angel investment coach. Yes, sir. So tonight, like I said, I'm also I work full-time, and I am a full-time entrepreneur. So I pretty much go from one job to the other. Okay, I lost you. Maybe I lost connection, but that's okay. So I came today to add a little value. I really need to go to sleep, but I'm not. See, this is what persistence is all about. I could be, are you still there? You could be as tired as you want to be, but you must be persistent and consistent about what it is that you do. So I'm going to tell you about, right? Hey, Pastor James. See, I know no yawning, right? But it's 1 o'clock and I'm a little bit on the tired side. But I wanted to tell you about something I've been working on tonight that I thought would add value to any entrepreneur who's running an infopreneur site, a website, any type of website you should have. And you're running a business, I always tell people is that you have to canvas your consumers. You have to know what it is that they want you to be teaching them, what we think they need. And if you hear people all the time say, oh no, it's all about the need, right? Need. And that's true. They need things, but it's not always what they want. So we have to, because a great many of us are looking for funding. And when you're looking for funding, you really have to position yourself in a way to answer the questions that investors are likely to ask you. And you can't do that except you gather some data. So by canvassing your consumers or your community, or your, putting out surveys and things of that nature, then you can begin to start a beta project, and you can begin to collect data that you can then use as evidence for why what you do is so important. So a couple of weeks ago, I proposed to my church to collaborate with them for an economic development initiative. And I'm so glad I did, because, I wasn't really thinking about it in terms of what is going on in our community right now. But having done so already, I'm thankful that, I took those steps, because there is nothing more empowering in your community than taking back your community. And you do that by first changing, or educating in the way people think, because we can think a certain way for so long, but we lose our economic base when we just continue to be the largest consumer in America. And all we do is not generate any type of wealth, because we're giving all the money back and we're not keeping any of the wealth in our own communities. So I decided to, I was invited to do something in my church ministry centered around, my particular expertise. And so I introduced this concept of an economic development impact series, which, the buy-in was huge, right? So I decided that the only way that I could really understand what my church or what my fellow parishioners really would like to learn about to make the greatest impact was to canvass them. So I decided to do a survey for a couple of weeks. And lo and behold, the survey yielded, awesome things, because you can ask the questions that you think are important, like as an entrepreneur, there are certain things that I'm looking for that I think can help individuals to develop themselves. One, what's the demographics? Who are you, and what best describes you? And so one of the questions I asked was, whether they were a student, a professional, or in business for themselves. So that was one question. Then the another question was, like, are they planning on starting up a business? Would they like to brand themselves? Or would they like to grow a business? Because you have to understand where people are. And if you don't know where they are, then you're likely to be trying to give everybody the same thing. And you really can't give everybody the same thing, because they're at different points and they're progressing at different levels. So because of that, that question was really, really important. Then you want to ask things about, like, what type of interest do they have? If they're at certain levels, then there are going to be certain interests that they have to grow, like marketing and branding and maybe campaigns or grassroots efforts or special projects or web design or technical stuff, or you can go on. Maybe they want to become a speaker, or they want to polish their public speaking skills, or maybe they want to add on, maybe they want to be an enterprise, maybe they want to develop a nonprofit tax shelter for their for-profit business so that they can give back to their community in a way that they're comfortable supporting. Or perhaps they want to, come up with a for-profit sustainability agency to support the nonprofit, so they don't have to be dependent on grants and things of that nature, like I did. I chose to develop a for-profit to support the nonprofit, so I'm not controlled or governed or dictated by the government on how I'm going to run my program. So those are questions that you can ask. Then you can ask, like, if they're interested in, maybe not interested yet, but if they intend to launch, what type of business would you like? What's your status right now? How are you doing right now? Are you declining? Are you holding steady? Are you increasing business? How are things going for you? So then you can ask some open-ended questions too, and give them a chance to maybe give you some feedback of their own. And then, of course, there is the optional what you call multiple choice or ranking Likert scale kind of question as well, where you could have a group of questions all asking about a certain ranking. For example, you could have business operations, general management, marketing, accounting, finance. These are some of the things that I used. But I wanted to know, would they prefer to be consulted? Would they prefer a workshop? Would they prefer just having information? Or do they just not want any assistance at all? So you want to make sure that you are exhaustive in your survey style. And then, of course, you want to ask them if they want to get more information from you, because that helps you to be able to build your mailing lists. And that's key, because email marketing is key. That's something that actually helps you to build your own platform, because Facebook is Facebook's platform. If it goes down today, everything you put out there is going with it. Same thing with LinkedIn, same thing with Twitter, same thing with all those things. But if you are connected with a server of your own, like I have, I use Gate, and Gate provides me everything I need for a flat fee of $29.99 a month. And I get my blog, I get my website, I get, my templates, I get my news blasts, I get my promotions, I get everything. I get unlimited emails, unlimited pages, unlimited everything. I DIY everything. I pretty much build everything myself. So that's what I've been working on tonight. I've been working on that because we have a conference coming up this Saturday. as a result of these surveys, with this neat little survey, I was able to take the survey and put it into SurveyMonkey, which is great because now the survey can continue globally. Like, I polled people within my church, which was cool, right? That got me the information that I need to help me get going, to have conversations about economic development. And then I was able, someone said, go a step further, go just a step further, because there's always more you can do. And because I'm an infopreneur as well, I was able to put it onto my website, and so that people can actually go there by designing it in SurveyMonkey. They're able to go there, and they're all over the globe. People are able to access that particular survey. So if you want to have an idea of what I'm talking about, you could go to either my conference page, but yeah, you can go to my conference page, but I'm going to lead you straight to my website, because there's a lot you can learn there. So I'm going to send you right straight to the front page, which is bit.ly/I am an angel. IAMANANGEL. I am an angel. bit.ly/I am an angel. And so the survey is accessible right there on that front page, and I give people an opportunity to check that out, and also the link to the conference. Now here's another thing that you can do, and in everything that you do, you always want to open up your distribution channels. I have a conference linked to this survey, a project that we started a few weeks ago, about a month ago actually, and now the conference is coming up this Saturday. Again, you don't have to stay where you are, right? So if you're going to make impact, make the greatest impact that you can. So I designed my conference. I brought aboard 3 individuals who are going to come in. I'm going to be talking about introducing economic development, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about what it means to be investment ready, which is where this all came from the start with. Then I have 3 people on my panel that's going to, greet the public and talk about and answer questions for things like finance, things like marketing and branding and media. Then the other person is somebody who literally walked the walk. She was one of my very first clients, and she has grown exponentially over the last couple of years. I had a mock Shark Tank a couple of years ago, and she was my first participant. As a result of that, she moved up to the next level, and she attended a similar type of event by pitching a pitch party with the city of Greenville, and she actually won some money for her business. So, that's the kind of impact that you want to have. Well, she's actually going to be coming and speaking, because she's the evidence. You have your support, you have your collaborators, you have your professionals and your experts, and then you have your evidence. And she is the evidence that what we're saying actually works if you work it, right? So, and I said all that to say that not only are we offering this conference on a local level, but we're going to be offering it on a global level, because we have live stream, right? So what I've been teaching wherever I go, whenever I speak, whenever I present, is that you should be live streaming. I don't care where you are, particularly if you're speaking, because it gives you an opportunity to film yourself, to go back and replay and reflect and critique yourself. And then it also gives you an opportunity to be exposed to other people. So that will allow me to offer a private live stream to individuals. So before I go off any further, I'm just going to tell you, and for anyone who's catching the replay, I hope this information has added some value to you. And thank you, sir, for joining me. I appreciate you being in here and hanging in here with me at 1 o'clock in the morning as I brave the AM hours to scope. Oh, my bio doesn't list it doesn't list my website. Are you sure? www.audacitygroup.socialenterprise.com. Okay. Nevertheless, you can check that for me. If it doesn't, I'll go back and I'll add it. Because thank you. That definitely needs to be there. I just use a shorter bit.ly link because my website is so long. But anyway, the more. Hey, Purgator, you're back. Oh, you came back, huh? So anyway, the moral of the story is that you can open up your distribution channels anywhere you go by just live streaming. So if you go over to bit.ly/, I am an angel, you can go to the You Matter 2016 conference, which is going to be this Saturday. There's a link there on the main page at bit.ly/I am an angel. And you can also join our mailing list, join our newsletter, and that's one of the things I've been working on tonight. I wanted to begin to make things a little more simplistic for myself, because I, work solo other than my team members who have their own independent businesses as well. You mentioned surveys to gather information. Yes. Oh, really? Yeah, because as a researcher, I had to build surveys. I had to learn how to do those things in my PhD program in order to survey my consumers, not my consumers, but the people, my participants, research participants. So surveys are an absolutely awesome, and put up your emoji if that's something that you do. Yeah, I love multiple choice as well too. And the thing about it is, the Likert is awesome. The thing about it is, you must absolutely, though, whenever you do these surveys, because we're web friendly, but you have to be mobile friendly as well. So by doing it in, not just doing it on my own in my website, by doing it in SurveyMonkey, I was able to make sure. Hello, Latoya Cooper. We are wrapping up. We're talking about implementing surveys within your website and why those things are important, and this whole economic development initiative that I have going. Hello, with my community, and at a ripe time, because we have to learn how to have our power base. We have to learn how to take back our power base in order to get the respect that we deserve. And one day I think we're going to come to a point where we actually understand what that means. And that means look, the people that I'm likely to serve, they look like me, really. Let's just be honest. They look like me, because I'm a doctor, I'm a researcher, I do all that, but they're not likely to cross their lines to come find me. You understand what I'm saying? So we might as well just keep it real. So I want to make sure that I am empowering my community, or the individuals that are attached to me, in a way that it makes a difference within my community. And so economic development is critical. And so I have some wonderful panelists coming on this Saturday. Antonio Bunn with a finance company, Miss Evelyn Billingsley Media Company, and I also have Matisa Wooten, who is our evidence that being investment readiness will grow your business exponentially. I am an angel investment coach. My name is Dr. Eve Angel Savage. I help individuals to identify, initiate, and implement strategies for distinction for investment readiness in business. And so because that's what I do, I feel like it's important. If we're going to do something, I believe that we should be doing it with the end in mind. Isn't that what Sean Covey says? It's one of the 7 principles of highly effective people, that you always begin with the end in mind. And even though you may have to put in a lot of work, it will be well worth the work that you put in, because you're beginning with the end in mind. Even if you never ask for a dime, you will have positioned. Yes, that's it. You will have positioned yourself in a way that if you chose to go venture capital and sell it and decide you didn't want to do it anymore, you didn't want to do business anymore, or you had another idea that you want to pursue, but you had a really great business that was thriving and doing well, but you don't want to do that particular business anymore, then you can sell it. You're a venture capitalist. You can go and say, hey, I have this, business, and or sell it to someone else, and then that becomes a venture capital transaction. So, but you're in a position to give them the hardcore facts about your progress, the strategies you use for progression when you begin to ask for money, or when you begin to ask for someone to acquire that particular business. And this is a topic I won't go too far into because I try to do one keyword a day. So I'm trying to go back to, a bona fide schedule where that's actually what I'm doing. But I wanted to hop on tonight and just give a little bit of information about what I've been working on so hard tonight in the last couple of days. And that is the Economic Development Initiative coming up on Saturday. If you decide that that's something that you want to be a part of, you can. It is a 2-hour. It won't go for 2 hours. I mean, the first part of it will be a reception, or a mingle network kind of thing. But then we have my presentation on investment readiness and what that means. And then we'll have our panelists talk a little bit about what they're doing, their backgrounds. And then we'll have our community of participants who can who are coming to get information. They want the information. And so we're going to take questions and answers and try and, meet some of their needs right there on the spot, or at least ask some of those questions and get some ideas flowing and generated within them. So if this is something that you're interested, please visit my website at bit.ly/I am an angel. And the link is You Matter 2016. Also, sign up for the newsletter because I will be communicating with people, and I want to be able to tell you about all the wonderful things that I have coming up in the future, and stay connected with you and try to provide you with the services that you need. I have a lot of content. My website is full and it's all over the place. I'm trying to get it to a place where it's very organized and efficient. And the surveys are going to help me in terms of meeting the needs of my consumers. If that's something that you'd like to do, remember, you can always reach out to me. Again, I'm a researcher, so this is what I do naturally using surveys. So again, this is Dr. Eve Angel Savage over at Audacity Group Social Enterprise, where I help individuals to identify, initiate, and implement strategies of distinction for investment readiness. Oh, you're so welcome, sir. And that's investment readiness in business. Also help individuals to work on their career development. And this is all about changing the way we think, the way we behave, and the way we react to things. But we must empower each other and empower and position ourselves in a place where we can thrive and not just survive. Thank you. Have a great evening, everyone. Shout out to you. I will.